PowerShell pro tips again.
Well, I got some energy about PowerShell pro tips. If you've been around, you probably know that we got PowerShell podcast every single Monday, PowerShell Wednesday, every single Wednesday. So in doing that, I encounter a lot of PowerShell, and that doesn't even include all the discourse we have in Discord, discord.gg/pdq. Check out the PowerShell scripting channel. A lot of cool stuff there. But in doing all that, I'm exposed to a lot of enjoyable things, you could say. And I'm going to share some things I've found in the last few weeks. The first thing on the list, all right, this is a project that I was introduced to recently, made by a friend and someone who's actually an engineer on PowerShell way back in the day, but it's called Turtle, right? So Turtle, what is it? Well, you can watch the PowerShell Wednesday to really find out, but it's basically like, what does a turtle do? They go a direction and then they turn. They go a direction and then they turn. And if you repeat that process, you can create really cool images with that. Like really cool. And you don't have to know all the crazy math stuff. You can kind of do some cheat sheets here. So I'm going to show you what I've put together. Turtle, turtle, turtle.
It's turtles all the way down.
Exactly. All the way. So that's all you got to do to get the module is install module turtle. And you see right here, all right, we call turtle. We tell it to do stuff. Turn, go, turn, go, turn, go. Kind of simple, right? Then we save it and then boom, we bring it up. And what do we have here? Oh my goodness. Is that a triangle? I think so. That's pretty cool, right?
Did you do the math to make sure that that's actually a triangle?
No. Yeah, I did the math for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, the 42 thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, or the 120 for
40,
the
yeah, okay.
But
like the SOHCAHTOA. Remember SOHCAHTOA sine, cosine?
I do remember SOHCAHTOA, but do I remember what it meant? No. I'll show you a couple things, then we'll just look straight up at the images. But you see, we create a flower just by saying flower. We save it. This one's kind of wild because there's this concept of morphing where you can take two images and kind of like bring them together based on the points and some plots and some math stuff that kind of blew my mind. But if you do that, you get some mighty morphing flower rangers, which I just love myself for coming up with that. I thought that was so clever. But let's take a gander.
That is nice.
Got ourselves a lovely flower here.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Morphing. Yes. I don't know how it's going to look with all the, doing it live and all that stuff, but another kind of getting trippier here.
Okay.
And then we got this as well. And there's so much more. I couldn't show it all. And how practical is creating cool graphics like this to do something useful at work? This particular thing right here, probably not. Where I find this project to be really interesting is as a beginner thing to dabble with. As you saw in the code here, it's a good opportunity to do things like create turtles. And you showed this earlier, that period thing, like the relative paths, you get to start interacting with files. Maybe if you make a mistake, you can then delete the file that you just created. And it's sort of a nice beginner way. You get some cool images to make you feel like you're doing something fancy. And also this stuff is so like mathy. I feel like there's some like truths of the universe in there somewhere. I can't see them, but if you look at the patterns enough, maybe you'll see something.
My favorite thing about this is on that GitHub repo. I noticed this, and I just noticed it today. If you go to the very top, it's on the top right. It's the turtles in a PowerShell, like turtles on a half shell. Like just like it hit me, and I've loved it. Also, very cathartic on those days where you just like need 10 minutes to check out. Yep. And then it's beautiful art.
Am I the only person imagining lawn Roomba doing all of this? Because that's what I'm thinking.
I wonder if I could like get like he has an air tag. So I wonder if we could actually get like coordinates.
You should.
And like distances moved and like angles, and then have it build one of these.
Oh my gosh, please do.
That'd be kind of cool.
I mean, this is what a Roomba uses. It's literally turn, go straight, turn, go straight. Same exact kind of principle. And I guess this pattern is found all over the world if you look for it close enough. I don't know, some wild stuff.
Oh boy, we're getting deep.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, time to move on. Abort.
Posh Acme. All right, so what is that? All right, basically it's a way to renew your Acme certs, like Let's Encrypt, which I think expires like every 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
So a way to kind of get some free certificate stuff going on for your website. You can go through the tutorial and get started. A lot of people use this with great success. There's a lot of articles out there if you want to adopt it, but maybe you didn't know this existed. Now you do.
That is really cool.
When did Let's Encrypt become popular? Because I remember that was like such a huge deal when people could make HTTPS for free. That was like
Yeah.
maybe 7 years ago, 5 years ago.
It seems like it was a long time ago, and then just picked up steam.
It took because you
Well, then-
need projects like this to be able to automate it, or else you get the same thing where it's like, oh crap,
Yeah.
my
Well,
cert
and it's
expired.
like the way the certs are getting rolled out anymore is just interesting, right? Like I remember the first certs that I was buying, like everyone was trying to buy the longest possible cert that I could because I just don't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And now the polar opposite flip of like, all right, our certs are actually just automated, so we're replacing certs every 30 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like we're replacing certs every 30 days.
Hey.
And it's just automated though. You don't even think about it. It's not the same like headache that it used to be.
It's gotten easier as time goes on. All right, I think what was I going to show next? Yeah, we got to show you something a little bit practical. I like the fun stuff, but let's show you a new tip that you may not have known. This is from a recent PowerShell Wednesday. We did lightning demos. A bunch of people gave 5-minute presentations, and Andreas Diekmann presented this about calculated properties. It's something that I think is super cool. So if you've been using PowerShell, you may know this select object thing, right? It's a way to select properties, make sure that your output includes certain things. So if we were to just run this right here, get child item on a given path, it's going to get all the results and then just return the name. Okay, so you see those are the names of all the files that are returned there. We can expand that with other properties, but this thing I'm showing you is calculated properties, which is where you start seeing all these weird characters and you might get confused when you copy and paste examples from the internet. That was my experience. I didn't even know what to call these, right? Calculated properties is what they're
Squiggles.
called.
Squiggle lines.
Exactly. But the squiggle lines is where the magic is. So you get this at sign, you get a squiggle line, you get a closing one, you give it a name, that's simple, semicolon, a little confusing, then expression, and this is the important little squiggly right here. Boom, right there. That means you can run PowerShell code. So after you run a command in the select object, you can get other information, you can reformat, you can do anything you want. I'll show you a couple examples, but it's really good to know that the technique exists because some commands don't give you everything you want. You'll need to like query something else. Let's give that a shot. Look at that.
Yeah.
So now we have the size in megabytes, which we did some math. AI would probably give you that. And it gives you the size in megabytes. A lot of small files here.
That's really cool, and that makes it a lot easier for like when you're getting items that have multiple properties and you don't like you know what they are, but you don't want to have to like load the entirety of the object.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can like just specifically select the object and the one property you want.
Yep.
Super cool.
Yep. And you can combine properties too if you want to like add a full name and you combine two names to come up with it, or your systems require something different. You can expand what PowerShell returns, which is cool. Similar concept here, right? We're going to get some files from the current directory, which is dot. We're going to select the name, the length. Length just means basically size. Then we're going to select, we're going to create a property called owner, and that's going to check the ACL for the owner of each file. Right? That's something that, as you can see, we would have to call another command and like put things together. But all of a sudden, in one line of code, we can query both commands, and you can see. Look at this. We got a couple files. Shout out to Randy Marsh holding it down with the extreme ownership that we love to see.
Mm-hmm. Go, Randy.
All right. Last little thing, you can combine multiples. At a certain point, it's probably not smart to combine so many. You should probably just approach it differently, but we'll just take the two previous examples, combine them together, see what we get. And there we go. We got the size, which these are very tiny files. We got the owner, and we got the standard stuff, the name and whatnot. So take that and run with it. That is some practical PowerShell for you there. Calculated properties, select object.
Super cool.
Nice.
One more thing I want to show. This is again, I gave you that productive thing. I'm going to pull you back a little bit, maybe a little bit less productive, maybe a little
good.
bit more fun.
We like nonsense. Go.
Yeah. So on the PDQ Discord, we like to do real PowerShell stuff, but also have some fun. And a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months actually, 2 months ago, this idea came for coming up with some kind of repository for our pranks that we came up with. And these are generally harmless. You can undo them.
Generally
good
harmless. They're generally harmless.
So, I mean, it depends on who you do it to.
Yeah.
So we have one random notification, which will query the whole computer for notification sounds, like small files, basically in certain folders, and it will randomly play them using scheduled tasks.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah.
Don't show this to Josh.
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
Oh my
That's-
goodness.
Similarly, there's logon greeting,
Uh-huh.
where like it'll use
Yeah,
text to
yeah.
speech every single time you turn it on. It has like sassy voices, sarcastic and witty, rude.
Ooh, look who
I've
said
seen
she'll
rocks with
work.
more personality
Oh my gosh.
than you. Yeah.
Look, but there's an
Yeah.
uplifting one. You You're absolutely incredible, and today will prove it.
Oh no,
Yep.
you can weaponize
There's one.
that. It's
Yeah.
coming. It's coming.
That is, boom. That's another great prank. The last one is reverse output, which basically makes it so anytime you were to write output, it will completely reverse it, which I did have set up on a computer, but it looks like Tara may have taken it.
Oh,
That's all right. We just copy pasta. Bada bing, bada boom. And what you would do if you wanted to actually deliver this payload of sorts is you would put it in their terminal, in their profile, I should say. But let's run this. All right. Oh, yeah, I typed this earlier.
oh, no way.
Oh no.
Yep. I'll run it again
That's
just-
brutal.
Yeah. And if you don't know PowerShell well, it's going to be hard to kind of troubleshoot this. You're going to probably think it's something else.
I actually would not know how to start to troubleshoot that. Like, my troubleshooting steps right here would be like, all right, new profile. Dead.
Dad, you just
Yep.
kill the profile?
I just killed that PowerShell profile.
Re-image
Just done. That
Oh,
PowerShell
no.
profile's gone.
I have more things. Check out AI Shell. It's the future of getting assistance within PowerShell. I think as time goes on, it's going to mature. Might show people how to create a Olama instance so they can get AI queries locally without having to pay for anything, basically. But a lot of great PowerShell stuff. Check us out every Wednesday. PowerShell meetups, 2 p.m. Eastern. Every single Monday, we got new PowerShell podcasts. And I'm always interested in hearing from beginners. If there's any kind of content that we can cater to you, next week at PowerShell Wednesday, I'm going to be presenting on managing files with PowerShell, kind of one of those core topics that you need to know. And I'll also cover how that can lead and you can borrow a lot of the things you learn in other parts of PowerShell, like the registry and all kinds of things like that. So, boom, PowerShell, baby.
Thanks for watching this segment from PDQ Live. If you like this, you'll love the full show. Check it out every Thursday at 10 a.m. Mountain. Oh, and like and subscribe, please.